Hey there, people. How's it going? Welcome to the Flawless and Tea Party Chat Show. That's right. Tonight, more topical chat. We've got two topics to discuss here tonight. And I'm really looking forward to doing these ones, actually. These are ones we came up with last week. Thank you all who joined last week for the game night. That was quite good. We might do that again at some point in the future. But right now we have to do, some topical chat because there's things that you need to know and things we need to talk about. So without any further ado, I'm going to introduce to you my Thursday night online tag partner. You know him. You love him. It's the one, the only Tea Party Gaming. How you doing tonight, T?
I'm fine, how are you?
I am not too bad, dear old boy. What?
What? Yeah, I'm jolly good.
Excellent stuff. Okay, we have audio, so we can crack on with this. I have my Thursday night game, Lawn Mowing Simulator, all queued up and ready to roll. So let me get into this, and we will
That's your Thursday night. That's your Thursday night game, isn't it?
It is my Thursday night game. It's very, very interesting and very, very good and entertaining, and people love it.
Yeah. I wonder who we're going to get in tonight on stream. Be interesting to see.
Well, who knows? Who cares?
Well, you should care. It's your channel. I'm joking.
Okay, what we got here? We need to finish this or something? Next. Ooh, okay, different contracts.
Ooh, very good.
That's grandiose. We'll do that. Let me guess. You need an eco mower to keep Greta Thunberg happy, right? No, we're all good. Right, we're now going to start off. So, on the game, it's pissing down with rain, just like real life. Okay, let me just let me just get this just turned down just a little bit more, so we got better audio going on here.
Yeah.
Let's confirm that. That'll do us lovely. Right, T. It was supposed to be my week, but we both basically picked the topic for this week. So let's do the first one first, which is yours. Tell the viewers, what are we talking about tonight?
Well, you were struggling to find what to talk about, what topic to think about. And I thought about this topic last week. And this was before the game night. And then I mentioned it to you. I had a topic just before you decided to do the game night. I thought about a topic. And I thought, oh, this is a good topic, but we'll wait after the game night, which was fine. And so it's been in my head all this time to talk about it. And it's about trilogies and sequels and franchises of movies.
Oh, okay.
And opinions on are they good as the original, like the first film, or have they gotten better, or has it gotten worse?
Okay, so what one do you want to start out with?
Whatever film and franchise that pops into your head. Whatever one.
Fast and Furious is the first one.
I was thinking about that as well.
Is the one that pops into my head. They're now basically filming Fast and Furious 10. Yeah. Now that franchise started years ago, and honestly, I think they should have finished it when the legend that is Paul Walker passed away. They've basically, they basically keep doing different things and had different people in it. They've had The Rock in it. They've had Charlize Theron has been in it. They've had, all of these different people going over the years. People making cameos in that and stuff. And I don't know. I just think sort of like it's reached its pinnacle now. It's done. I mean, they're saying that the new one, what's coming, Fast and Furious 10, is going to be the last one, but
we'll see.
Is it? I mean, that's been going on for such a long time now.
Yeah, they should have stopped at number 7. They should have done. Yeah, I didn't really follow the films until when number 8 or number 9 come out, because I watched the films on DVD. I borrowed from my father to watch them, and that before I watched number 9 and number 8, because I haven't seen them all properly. I didn't know 1 and 2, and what I've seen, I think, as I said, number 7 should have been the last one.
Yes.
Yeah, of course, Paul Walker passing away was not a plan, obviously, but but they still should have thought, right, this is the end now, because it was a perfect ending. But
yeah,
no, they
honestly.
thought they'd carry on. But then they carried on, but they're still good. But the thing is, the first 2 was about racing. That's the first 2 was about the racing.
Yeah.
And then all I thought they came away from that.
Yeah, it's become sort of like a spy kind of franchise now. A crime solving thing. I mean, at first they were against The Rock, who played Hobbs, who was a copper, and then the next thing you know, they're helping him out, and he's shaking Vin Diesel's hand and stuff, and I'm just like, what? It's lost what it was truly about. It's forgotten where it's come from, which is the whole street racing scene. I mean, okay. Yeah, you change it up a little bit because, not all the films, I guess, can be about sort of like who's going to get as many pink slips as possible and win the cars and stuff, and, who's going to be, racing against who's the biggest street rival going to be and stuff. But I wish they would have kept it to that degree in some sense. I mean, now it's just about how big and outlandish they can make the cars and how and how fast can they go, and that's around about it. It's just about the looks, the speed at the moment, and pretty much nothing else. I mean, it's lost where it's come from.
Yeah, nothing against Paul Walker's brother being Paul Walker and his character in the film, with CGI and that. Nothing against him. He's done his brother proud. Nothing against that. But they still should have thought the last one should have been number 7.
Yeah, I agree with that. There are some. There's not just the Fast and Furious though. There's lots of franchises, or not even that, just sequels that are coming out now, where the original was in the 1980s. For instance, Top Gun. The original came out in 1986, and here we are. And this year, Top Gun Maverick released, and that is sort of. I mean, I've seen it, I've watched it. It's a good film. But at the same time, it's been all of these years it took them to make a sequel. Why did it take them so long?
It depends on what Tom Cruise was doing. I was never a fan of the original, and I've never really seen the first one or the second one. But maybe it depends on the attitude or the opinions on the actors. Like with Dirty Dancing, there was a rumour they were going to do a second one to that.
They did.
And Patrick Swayze at the time didn't want to. At the time, it depends on what the actors want to do at the time. They want to just do one film, feel like that's it. They want to just leave it as that and go on to do something else. It does depend on the actors want to do it or not. If they feel like the second one is needed, and that's most probably why.
I mean, everybody seems to be doing sort of like rebooting this and rebooting that. It seems like we're in another reboot year of movies. Last year before they rebooted Ghostbusters, but I actually really enjoyed that, I must admit. But even that has turned into a franchise now. There is no trilogy to it about it. It's an actual franchise now. I mean, a lot of people, of course the first one and the second one are legendary, but then you have Ghostbusters Answer the Call, which has got Melissa McCarthy in it. A lot of people don't like that film. I actually do like it. And I consider that to be the third Ghostbusters film. I mean, at the end of the day, the actual Ghostbusters are in it. Venkman, Stans, and everyone. They are in it. But, not as sort of like Ghostbusters. It's, it's the girls being the Ghostbusters, and then they came back with Afterlife, and I think they've done a really good job with that. I really, really enjoyed that.
Now, I did like it at one point, and then I changed my opinion on it. I'm not really too keen on it now. I don't really like reboots as it is. And I've been on Ghostbusters Facebook groups, And the Ghostbusters fans who've been the fans of the original for a long time even said they're not keen on that reboot. And also, some of them weren't even keen on the second Ghostbusters film as well. Some people weren't keen on that
Right.
as well. And I liked the second one. As I said, I did like the reboot at one point, and now I don't. I do like the Afterlife, but it depends on other people's opinion on things.
Do you think Hollywood has ran out of ideas?
Yes, because get onto like animation, right? What we had Toy Story 1 and 2, brilliant first
Yeah.
two.
Yeah.
Then they bung up number 3. Great film. They should have ended at number 3. Right? They should have just ended it, left it as Andy leaving his toys with another child and left it as that. And then they went and made number 4. Was it really needed? Not really. But like obviously at the end, if you haven't seen it, where have you been? But if you've seen it, then go and watch it. But if it's a spoiler for you, then it's been out for ages. But Woody went off his adventure with was it Bo Peep? What was her name? Yeah. In the end, they went to find her in the end, but there was no proper connection between that little girl to the toys as Andy did.
Yeah.
Like, she banded them toys and made a bloody thing out of a fork, a plastic fork, you know, and they left it as Woody. Now they're going to bring up number 5.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, what could it possibly be that they can do? You know, I think Hollywood's ran out of ideas. I just, you know, you see all these things that are coming out. I mean, they're even bringing out The Pope's Exorcist now, which I will admit I want to see, being a horror fan. But, you know, how many years ago was the original Exorcist? You know,
like now there was rumours about Shrek 5, and now that's come about again. Is it ever going to happen? We don't know. We'll see.
well, I know they're doing a spin-off of Puss in Boots is getting his own film, but
Yeah, that's already happened. There's only one been out, and there's the second one out now called Last of Something. I haven't seen both, but I know there's one new one out. I think they've already done one beforehand because it's on Netflix.
yeah.
I've not seen it.
Instead of sort of like thinking about who's done too much, what trilogies can you name the all good films?
Ooh. Back to the Future's a good one.
I agree with that. Yep.
Yeah, some people weren't really too keen on the second one, obviously, because that was really like pushing it out a bit, like it's 2015. But they did get some things right. Yeah, maybe some people have their opinions on the third one, but it was still good. They still kept to the time traveling stuff. They never went away from that, and they still kept to that story. And that's a classic trilogy. What else is there? Bill and Ted.
Now there's another one that 2 came out, and then years later they released another one. I have seen Bill and Ted, the latest one, and do you know what? I actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that was a good one. I enjoyed it as well. They did really well with that. And then what else is there? Oh, you think of some that you could think of.
Trilogies. Okay. Ooh, trilogy. I'll tell you one thing there's been too many of.
What's that?
Bond.
James Bond. Yeah, I've never been a fan of them anyway.
I can't fucking stand it. It's the same shit over and over again. There's a case to be solved. Bond goes on the case. He takes a load of gadgets with him. He fucks about 200 women. Comes home with no gadgets and chlamydia. You know, at the end of the day, it's
True.
At the end of the day, it's boring. It's the same shit over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
You know, now a lot of people like James Bond. I personally, I tell you, all they ever seem to put on TV in the holidays here in the UK is Bond films, and a lot of people are fans of Bond. But what about the people who aren't? I think it's overdone. It's like it's like going out all week to a party and they're playing the same songs every night. It's repetitive. It's the same. It's boring.
Yeah.
You know, that really should come to an end. I mean, a lot of people celebrate, oh, there's a new Bond film out, we must go and see it. No. You know what's going to happen. I've just told you. I've just saved you fuckers out there a load of money. You should be grateful.
Yeah.
You know. It's ridiculous. The amount of work and the amount of you know, PR and promotions that go into something like Bond. It's a waste of fucking time. We know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's the same with every kind of spy film if you think about it, in some way.
Well, yeah, but also let's not forget other franchises as well that keep pumping the films out. Like, my son's going to kill me if he hears me say this, but Star Wars.
Oh, of course, yeah, I can't stand that one.
I mean, I've seen the first one. I didn't like it.
No,
and it's the
I've
original
never
one I
that.
saw, the one with Carrie Fisher in it, and Mark Hamill. I've seen that one, and I'm just like, this is so boring. I'm not a space kind of guy. I'm not. If you like your Star Wars and you're into space and you know, and all that, more power to you. But it's not my jam. You know, I don't seem to, you know, do well when it comes to that sort of thing. I think it's you know, it's just overdone. I mean, they even teamed up with Lego to bring out Lego Star Wars. Now, admittedly, some of them can be quite funny, the Lego films. But it's just overdone. A lot of people say other things are overdone as well, like Batman and Superman and stuff like that. And I mean, I like the Superman films, but I only like the Christopher Reeve ones. The other ones are a bit meh. I mean, I even sat down when it came out and watched Batman versus Superman, and it was the most boring fucking film I've ever seen in my life.
Now, the only Batmans I've seen is the original Batman with Michael Keaton. What else? Yeah, Michael Keaton. The other ones that come after that with George Clooney and Val Kilmer and all them, I've seen them once. But, because I've got the box set. And then there was Dark Knight, which everyone loved them one. They loved them ones as well, because obviously the Joker, the actor who played Joker, done a really good job. And you know, everyone likes who played Batman in that? What's his name? Can't remember his name. And everyone liked those films. You know, but it's because they keep changing the actor. That's what it is. It comes down to, as well.
What do you think about when it comes to the same thing like Batman and stuff, but the spin-offs like Suicide Squad and Joker itself and that? I mean, what do you think of that?
Well, see, the thing is, how many times can you do the same story?
Well, Britain's Got Talent starts this week. We'll find out, but you know, it's yeah.
Like with the Joker, I've seen it. It was all right, and then they've done a story of how Bruce Wayne's parents died. We already fucking know. It's been like dragged out.
Yeah. Now, I used to be friends with somebody who was a bit annoyed about the Joker film coming out because they said it's not the true origins of Joker's story. So, I mean, I haven't really seen Joker. I don't know if I'm really into seeing it. I mean, if it's there, if it's there, I'm at a loose end one night, I'll watch it. But I'm not really all that interested. The Suicide Squad films I liked. I thought they were quite good. And even sort of like, you know, the spin-off to that, Birds of Prey, that was a really good film as well. But when it comes to movies and that, I just sometimes think some of them are just overdone. I mean, in a movie saga, in a movie, you know, when something comes out, how many films need to come out before it gets boring? I mean, I'll probably end up watching the new Fast and Furious when it comes out, but I think that's getting a bit boring now. So they really, you know, this hopefully is the last one.
Yeah.
You know, because how many more can they do? What else can they do? You know, how much more fucking cars can be blown up and sort of like Vin Diesel has that angry look on his face and, oh, watch out. You know, here we go. We're going to be doing a drift around the fucking thing. And that's another thing about their movies as well. A lot of people don't like Tokyo Drift because they think it takes away from you know, what the original stories was. The only reason that people apparently ever watched that was the cameo that Vin Diesel makes in it at the end. I mean, it was about racing, but it was about drifting, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are into their drifting and stuff and think they're good because they can counter steer a fucking car, which is easy. But you know, it's I'm just not feeling it. You know.
Well, they kind of still kept to the racing in some way in that one. Yeah, people were keen on it, right? Tokyo Drift. But then people moaned about it and only watched it, as you said, for Vin Diesel's cameo at the end. But it still kept to the race in some way. Yes, it was drifted, but it's still racing, right? But then after that, as we said a minute ago, they all came away from that in the end.
Yeah.
You know, they still kept to the racing and in that one. But get on to horror. You know, like how many horror films can they do of Halloween?
Well, this is the thing. I mean, Halloween's had a bit of a following for years. I mean, I liked the last one, Halloween Ends. I have it on DVD. I thought it was really good. And the Halloween films before that, I've seen them. But then you've got the you've got the Rob Zombie remakes of the first two, and they are very, very different. I mean, if people don't know who Rob Zombie is, he is a heavy metal singer who has got a very, you know, and his mind is a fucking horror playground. You can expect anything from this guy. It's really good, you know, what he does and that. But I watched one of them and I thought, yeah, okay. I was just, you know, do we really need it? I mean, remaking a film as well. Like, you'll watch the original of, say, I don't bloody know. You could watch an original of anything, and then they go and remake it. I mean, and they also, these days, another thing which pisses me off about it, is there always has to be a TV spin-off, you know. They did Grease in the 70s. They did Grease 2.
Oh, that was shit.
And then now on Paramount Plus, they're bringing out a whole series called Grease the Pink Ladies or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that about why.
That's exactly my thoughts. Why do we need
Why?
that?
That was so shit, Grease 2. People were saying, oh, Grease 2 is better than the first one. You need your brains tested. You seriously need your brains tested. Not in a nasty way, but you do. If you like Grease 2, then, well, I'm sorry, then there's something wrong with you. Like, that was so crap. And then they went and remade Footloose.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah,
You
that
know-
wasn't necessary.
Right? And it's like, and then back to Halloween as well. I've seen 1 and 2, brilliant first two. I've seen 4 and 5 and 6. It kind of ruins it a bit because of videos I've seen people talking about them. 4 and 5 and 6 is a separate trilogy from 1 and 2. If you've seen them ones, you know what I'm talking about. But because obviously it's got Laura, whatever her name is, who he chases in the first two, daughter in it, and she apparently had her car crash or something. She's not in those three. That's what it counts as a separate trilogy. And people moaned about it because of Halloween and films like that. You need to guess of why he's like that. You know, like why is he killing these people? Why is he doing this? You know, and it's a guessing thing, and you make up your own mind to it. And when it gets explained, it ruins it, because then people find out the real reason why. And that's what they did with those three. And then it went on to do other 2 Halloweens after that, which H2O and another one. And then apparently they came away from the story of 4 and 5 and 6, and the Jamie Lee Curtis character came back again, and Jamie, the character in the other 3, didn't even get mentioned.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not seeing them, but now that's confuses things. And then after they've done all the Halloweens, which we know you said the remakes, and then Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends, and all that, I've not seen them. But I'd rather keep to the original 1 and 2, you know, because they actually do a proper story there.
Yeah, I will agree with you on that one. Yeah.
You know, but with Scream's another one. Now, I like the Scream films. I like 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, the first one's obviously will be better, obviously, because always the first one always is. But I like the others. But in a way, they could have kept it, just stayed to number 3, and that should have been it. They should have not bung number 4 out, because they kind of class it as a remake in some way, but it wasn't. It was number 4. And then they bung out Scream, and then they bung out the new one that's out, which I was impressed that they done really well with that one. I really enjoyed that one. But they should have kept up to 3, and that would have been it. But at least they've kept to the same story of Scream, like who's the killer, and it's a connection to someone who was in the last one.
Yeah.
And that's what I liked about them.
I don't know. I think. I mean, I've seen the first couple of Screams. I'm not really sort of like into, them kind of things. I mean, they just seem a bit sort of like teeny bopperish for me.
Well, I like those sort of films anyways, but now I've only seen One Nightmare on Elm Street. I like that one, but I've not seen the rest, so I can't have an opinion on them really. But some people say the first one's obviously better. As I said, everyone will say that. Because it always happens.
Yeah. Well, I've seen all of the Nightmare on Elm Street, the originals. They're okay. They do drop off a little bit, but they are okay. They're not too bad. The remake, not really impressed with.
Yeah, I know. I remember my father watched it. He said it was shit as well. Even he didn't like that remake neither, and he liked the original. He didn't like that one. Now I have seen Freddy vs. Jason when he watched it, and that was quite good actually. That was actually quite good. But I haven't not seen Friday the 13th though.
I've seen Friday the 13th, and there is a remake to that as well. No, the remake to that is funny.
Oh,
I think the remake to that is hilarious.
Oh, well,
so much so that when I saw it, I had to buy it because it was so funny.
Oh, I'm not too keen on remakes as it is. Like, as we're on this topic, I mentioned Beetlejuice, right? There's rumours and things going around saying Beetlejuice 2. Now, as you said, why all this time? And Tim Burton scrapped a lot of scripts of it, couldn't find the right script, and now he's saying it is going to happen. Now, one minute they're going to have... I'm so glad Michael Keaton's coming back, though. That's the only thing I care about. But, like, why did Johnny Depp be a part of it in one thing? Nothing against Johnny Depp, nothing against him, great actor, but, like, he was never part of the first one. He was never part of the first one. And the same with Jenna Ortega, who's in that series Wednesday and Scream.
Yeah.
Why is she being in it? That don't make sense in my head. Yeah, fair enough. Tim Burton. Yeah, fair enough. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp.
Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Tim Burton and Johnny Depp has worked together in the past, and obviously what happened with Johnny Depp and the bitch Amber Heard, all that. Fair enough. I get he wants him in a film. I get that, but do something different with Johnny Depp. Do something different. Not with Beetlejuice.
Well, you can't do another Pirates of the Caribbean because that's another one there's too many of.
Yeah, but I like them films though. But they should leave it as where they left it off anyways. I hope they don't bring it back. Anyway, so carry on what you're going to say, yeah?
Yeah, Wednesday. You mentioned Wednesday. Now, I know they've got the Addams Family and the Addams Family Values films. They've been around for years, but also the Addams Family used to be a TV show when it first started out. But I actually enjoyed Wednesday. I thought it was really good. The whole sort of like dark, gothic kind of side of it, I completely understood. And, I really enjoyed what they did with it. I thought they did a good job with it. I mean, Catherine Zeta-Jones dressed up as Morticia. Oh.
I've not seen Wednesday, so.
Oh, you need to watch it just for that. Seriously.
I've seen the original Addams Family films with Christopher Lloyd in it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's the only two I like.
But yeah, you need to give it a watch. But honestly, it is really good. I thought they did a good job with it because I enjoyed Wednesday. Although the only part of it people seem to remember is the bloody dance, but you know,
Yeah.
they did a good thing with it. There's a lot of movie franchises though that really should just give up, and I hope sort of like if they made each film credible and made it stand out on its own, but also honoured the franchise it was in, it would be fine. But a lot of people go off track once again, bringing that back to Fast and Furious.
Yeah. What else has been there? What else? What's been? It's loads. But all I can say is stop making remakes, please.
I completely agree with you on that one. It's gone too far, and if you can do a remake and you can do it justice and not give a nod to the original, then great.
Yeah. Example: Cobra Kai. Yeah, you can cast that as a remake in some way, right? But like, they still kept to the original story. Yes, it was a series.
Yeah.
But they still kept to the original story from the first one. Yeah, they popped in the second one and the third one here and there with the people from the past. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, but that's what I like. That's what I like about Cobra Kai, though. Yes, they made 3 Karate Kid films. Well, 4 Karate Kid films if you count the one where Hilary Swanking it. The next Karate Kid. But I like Cobra Kai, the fact of it's got the original actors in it. Ralph Macchiato's in it, or Machino, whatever his fucking name is. You've got Johnny in it. You've got, Kreese is in it. You've got, all, Daniel LaRusso and his entire family are in it now. And, I think they've really done a good job with it. And I know another season's coming of it because it is so damn popular.
But it's going to be the last one, though, which is sad.
Yeah, it's going to be the last one, but at the same time...
But it's still great.
It's going to go out with a bang, and each one of those series holds up.
Yeah. Because, they bung out the new story in a way with their children and that, and Johnny having a new life with them and all that. Fair enough, they kind of remade it a little bit of that, made it different in a way, but he still kept to the rivalry and things like that, and bringing people from the past, all that. They still kept to that original stuff, and that's what I liked about it. Yes, it's classed as a remake and not a remake in a way, and that's what I liked about Cobra Kai. See, if they do more like that, then you're a winner.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, Let us know, guys, who are watching this, what you think about trilogies and franchises. Which ones do you like? Which ones don't you like? Which ones do you think should just end or just disappear off the face of the earth? It'll be interesting to find out and let us know. But we're going to have to move on to our next topic now. But that's a good topic there, T. You came up with a really good idea there, and we enjoyed it. Now, on to our next topic.
Yeah, your one now.
Food. We all eat it. We all love it. We all like to eat food, unlike vegans who like grass. This game's for you, vegans. And it's like takeaways versus home cooking. Now, a lot of people out there, in a way, who don't really know how to cook anymore, because food has become so easy and convenient. It's on every street corner. It's available wherever you go. You can't walk down a city street or even a small town without at least seeing a Greggs or a McDonald's or something, or even a fish and chip shop. I mean, do you think takeaways have become more, the dominant thing rather than home cooking? Considering now we do have things like Just Eat, Food Hub, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, that kind of thing. Do you think that sort of thing's overtaken, or do you think home cooking is still a thing?
Well, I think it is still a thing in some way, but it's not just takeaways. Have you seen the advert where people can get their food delivered, already made, already prepped, right, for family meals, like when obviously kids come out of school and that? It used to be your parents making you tea when you come out of school, picking it up from school, going home, making you a home-cooked meal, sit together and eat it. Now, it's like, you get it ordered, already prepped, already made, all you got to do is cook it. because you haven't got enough time to come home from work and cook.
Yeah. No one is that busy that they can't peel a potato, you know?
Yeah, and that's how that's got as well with that.
Yeah, what do you think, though, about standards of takeaways and things like that? Like, for example, and I don't know if I'm name and shame here, but Good Friday happened last Friday. It was, you know, the beginning of Easter. Now, tradition in my family, and I'm sure a lot of other families as well, is on Good Friday you have fish. Right, you have a fish and chip meal.
Yeah.
Well, we ordered from our local, one of our local takeaways in the town that me and Tea Party live in. We have, I think it's 4 fish and chip shops. And
So.
the one in town has a fake award. It claims to be award winning, which it's not. Them awards are actually paid for.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've heard anyway.
Alright.
Okay, claims to be award winning. Now, does this sound like an award winning fish and chip shop to you, that when you order from the chip shop, like I did last week, a large cod and chips, that when the fish turns up, it's off?
Ooh.
Now, I was in, I mean, I'm not going to sound like a Karen or a Kevin or one of the woke brigade. I'm not, you know, I'm not one of them. But honestly, you're paying money for a service that you are supposed to be enjoying, and it turns out it could give you fucking food poisoning. Now, I ordered a large cod and chips for Good Friday. To keep in with tradition, I had my fish and chip meal.
Yep, of course.
And I was horrified when I opened it up, the paper, because you could actually smell the fish, and it was supposed to be cooked.
Oh.
Now, the fish smelt like of an ammonia kind of smell.
Oh,
And also, I thought, well, maybe it's just the oil, or maybe, you know, something else. And so I tried a little bit, and I've got to tell you, the fish was off. It had an off, tangy taste, so like a really strong tang. Like, it's like you've gone into a toilet, and it's like you've gone into a toilet that hasn't been cleaned out for a while, and all you can, you're breathing in the fumes of piss. That's what this fish tasted like. I am not exaggerating. I am not joking there. And it smelt of ammonia as well. Now, considering the prices of things these days, like a piece of fish is now going to cost you £7-8 for a large, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really have to put up with, you know, standards in fish and chip shops like this, where the fish is basically off? You know, do they do? And, you know, honestly, they should have food standards in there. They should be vetted, because the fish that they're serving is off. It's disgusting, and you're paying all of that money for it. And then, you know, what are you supposed to do? You know, I mean, yeah, you can complain to them, but they might just think, oh, you're just moaning because you want something else. You want something for free, or you changed your mind, or something like that. You don't know whether they're gonna, you know, believe you or not. Well, you know, to the chip shop in town, you fucking disgust me. You actually sold me an off piece of fish, and I'm not joking. I only ate a little bit of it because I was thinking, well, is it oil? Is it something like that? I only ate a tiny piece of it, and do you know what? My stomach didn't feel right for the rest of the day after that. I basically, as we say here in Norfolk, gagged my fucking guts up. It was horrible. It just tasted so horrible, and that taste in your mouth, you know, of basically you can call it what it is, rotting flesh, you know, of fish, you know, and you're paying for all of this. I mean, personally, I don't think anybody should go into that fish and chip shop. Now, what happens if that piece of fish went to an elderly person, and that made them ill, and probably made it, you know, and gave them food poison, and to say like they weren't strong enough to fight it off or something, they got an infection or something through eating it, you know? I mean, where are the standards? Have you ever experienced anything like this, T?
I've not had no food poisoning, no, because I don't really have takeaways that often. But we don't really have fish and chips often neither from a takeaway really, because the one you're talking about don't deliver. That's probably why we don't order much from
The
there.
one I'm talking about, it did deliver though. That is the one that delivered to us.
Oh, maybe I'm talking about another one then. But we thought they didn't deliver. Anyways, don't matter anyway. So we don't really very rare what have fish and chips anyways. And the one we do have fish and chips from, not the one you said, but another one. And,
yeah.
But mostly we have Chinese most of the time, which I've never had the problem really. Yeah, fair enough. Sometimes I think we've had not warm milk food before. I don't think I have, but I know people have. But no, I never had the experience about off food from takeaway. No, but I know that for the chicken balls from the Chinese is a bit too much batter. You know, too much. So that's about it. But
Okay.
But we don't very rarely have takeaways that much, really.
Now, honestly, yes, it would be cheaper to do at home. For instance, the kids are still off school. They're still on their Easter holidays. They go back next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking to myself, well, you know, what are we doing for dinner tomorrow? Then my youngest came to me today and said, can we have fish and chips tomorrow? And I was like, I ain't fucking buying them from there. So I said, all right, I'll tell you what. No, I'm going to do it a different way.
Oh, fair enough.
I'm home cooking it.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but to suggest as well, do it from somewhere else as well. You get an order from somewhere else. There is other fish and chip shop as well.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just that one. Maybe it was just that one.
Well, that fish and chip shop in town is actually they actually own two of the chip shops in the town that we live in. They own the one on Fair Green, and they also own the one in town. And it's the one in town which serves rotten, manky fucking fish.
We don't order the one from Fair Green. We don't order the one from there. It's another one. I think it's called Bailey's or something like that.
The one Bailey's in this is the best. I've had it from there. That is the best. In retrospect, I should have, biked up there and got some, but I thought, you know what, I can't be, I've already been out once that day, I can't be asked to go out again. And I thought, let's just get it delivered, and that's one of the biggest regrets I fucking got. It was terrible.
Yeah.
I would say, actually, being perfectly honest with you, having that, and, having to put up with that has actually put me off takeaway. It's actually, put me off going sort of like anywhere to have. I mean, if I go to a restaurant for whatever reason, I'm always having fish and chips because that's really all I trust. But when you've got people in a town who run what is supposed to be a fish and chip shop and then serve you manky fish and chips, it doesn't really give a whole lot of hope.
No, but like as I said, with takeaway shops like Istanbul, Pizza Time, and all that, I've ordered from them before, but they've been alright. There's normally like a burger or something I normally order anyways, and chips and that normally, and same with the fish and chip shop as well.
Yeah, but it does beg the question, sort of like, would you prefer home cooking or takeaway? Well, it's definitely takeaway for me. It's definitely takeaway for me. Not takeaway, home cooking for me, because when you think about it, and you think about what I've now told you, go on.
Home cooking would be better because to think about it, right? Say example from like the takeaway you have. I think it's Pizza on Pizza Plus. I can't remember who does a burger and bacon, right? Now, why didn't you just go to the shop, buy yourself some burgers and rolls, buy yourself bacon, and do it at home? And put as much as you fucking want in it. Because depending on how much you spend at a takeaway for that burger and bacon, it might not have one piece of bacon probably, right? At least if you do it from home, you get as much as you want.
Yeah.
You know.
And it's also the price of it as well, isn't it? I mean, how much does a burger cost these days? What? You're getting on for over £5 at least.
Yeah.
Packet of burgers, what? In some places still 99p. In other places, you can pick back a packet of burgers up for like £2-3. Your rolls are going to probably be about £1. Your bacon, you can get cooking bacon, which isn't exactly rashers, but you get nice cuts in there, and you can make it, customize it to what you like. That's only about 85p. yeah, it might come to over what you pay for one burger, but what you're paying for that one burger, you can get 6 or
Yeah.
12 out of with, by spending the same money by doing it yourself. I mean, I will never, ever, ever order from that chip shop again.
Well, don't let that one experience put you off other takeaways. Like I said, Bailey's, they said it's the best one. That's what I mean. Don't try let it put you off for all the takeaways, because I said at the moment it's just that one.
Yeah,
Others might
but
be alright.
how do you know? I mean, others might be all right, yeah, and I do actually trust Bailey's. But how do we know? And, because you've got to admit, now sort of like that has happened, it does make you question, how do they store these products? How long was that fish in their freezer or chiller section for? I mean, it was bad, dude. And how long has it been in there for? How long has it been like that for? What are their storage saying? Honestly, they need health and safety food inspector in there to really see what's going on, because I'm sorry, but how they did that is fucking disgusting, and they should be, ashamed of themselves for serving shit.
Yeah. Well, when you feel like it one day, and you feel like you want a takeaway for a change, try somewhere else and see what experience you have with that. That's all I can suggest to you. Don't let it put you off, because like I said, we very rarely order from chip shop. We always order from Chinese. Chinese, if it's something different, normally from like Istanbul or something, but normally it's Chinese for us, normally. And I've not really had a bad experience with that, so... I've been quite lucky. But yeah, I do prefer home cooked meal.
I will give it a go. I mean, I do make my own meals at home. I make roast dinners. I can cook pretty much fucking anything. It's not cooking. Cooking isn't hard, is what I'm saying here. And
roast dinner. Oh man, that's making me hungry thinking about it.
Cooking isn't difficult. Cooking isn't hard, and then you've got sort of like takeaway companies and stuff. And I mean, the standard of what I got.
Hello,
you would never ever get a service like that at KFC or McDonald's or Nando's or anywhere like that. Big names like that. You'd never find that. You'd never have that.
As we're on takeaways, and things like that, please, McDonald's bring back the original straws. Get rid of the paper ones, please. They're shit.
Ashley has come into the chat, who we had on last week.
Oh, doner kebab he's talking about.
Doner kebab with garlic sauce is elite. If you eat garlic, you're disgusting. Right.
Garlic bread?
Just it's terrible. It really is bad, and honestly, that fucking experience, I just don't. I mean, I won't give up on takeaways, but I think I'm going to leave them for a while first. I think I'd rather have, a good home cooked meal, which is going to be fucking cheaper anyway.
As I said, you get more for your money there. It's whatever you do it yourself.
Yeah.
As well.
So. Yeah, it's all good, but fucking hell, I'm not eating that shit again. Gone off fish for a company that owns 2 of the chip shops in the town where we live. The same people own 2 shops and they serve a rotten piece of fish to you. What are they serving in the other shop? How good? How fresh are the burgers? How fresh are the sausages? How do they store stuff? It makes you really, really question things.
It does.
And especially when you're paying such a lot of money for these things as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bit of a piss take as well, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So if you ever come to Norfolk and you ever come to a town called Diss, please be careful about what you fucking go and have your dinner. Go to Bailey's, please, because I'll tell you, the other chip shops are just really not worth knowing.
No, but the thing is, I can't remember what it was originally called, the one in town that you was talking about, but I remember going there with Father before, and that was fine then. It's just since it's changed with people working and stuff.
I used to get fish and chips out there all the time, and it was nice out there once when the other people owned it, but now they've gone. Now they've moved away, and
Yeah.
you know, and it's just not what it was anymore.
No.
You know, it's just gone to fucking shit, and
Yeah.
that's what they're serving.
Mhm.
Home cooked always wins because you can get things
course.
cheaper. It goes further. It makes more meals.
Yeah.
Takeaway is really supposed to be a once in a while thing, but a lot of people don't have it once in a while. A lot of people have takeaway like 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
First of all, can I have your details, your bank account? Second of all, just and these people who order McDonald's all the time, other restaurants are available, but people who order them sort of things all the time is I just can't work out how in the fuck they do it. I wish I could.
I think it's because as well with this technology nowadays, and it's just in your hand, like your phone, to get whatever you want, right? And it's there, like as you said, Just Eats and Uber Eats and all that. It's there for you to order and sit at home and eat it. You're not getting off your bum to walk down to the takeaway shop and coming home. It's you got it right there for you to get delivered.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But how you can afford it, I'll never know.
I don't know. I don't know. Ash?
That would be nice.
Ashley, if you're still with us, be a good sport and drop us a like. There's a good old Bill. There's a good old boy.
Yeah.
You know.
You was about to say Bill Barker then, weren't you?
Good old Bill Barker.
You were about to say that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have exciting news coming at the end of the stream, which we actually should end now, actually, because it's near the end.
Well, we've done our 2 topics.
We have done our 2 topics. I hope you guys out there have enjoyed them. T, what did you think of tonight's stream?
It was fun, as always.
Very good. Okay, so next week gets a little bit more serious because we can announce it. We've already said between us next week we're going to be talking about mental health and mental illness. Now, I've done a few streams like that before on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But I want someone else's input on it, and Tea Party is the perfect guy for it. So join us next Thursday for the Flawless and Tea Party chat show, where we will be talking about mental health. It's going to be a serious one. It's going to be a an eye-opener, and I really hope you join us for it. And Ashley's pissed off and hasn't left a like, the bastard. So
it's a very important subject.
It is. So, yes, thank you once again, my Thursday night tag partner, Mr. Tea Party Gaming. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it tonight.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me again.
Of course, anytime. And to you guys out there, but we're not over yet. Oh, no. The stream is, but the night isn't. Coming your way between what time, T?
12 or 1?
That's right. It is your Vinyl Friday this week. We've got a very, very exciting one for you this week. One you've never seen before. So you're going to be really, it's a really interesting one. And she's a great singer and the album is fantastic. I played it last weekend. So you'll need to watch it. It's going to be a really, really good one. So please join us between 12 and 1 for our Vinyl Friday this week. Please do not forget about it. Make sure you're there. That's what we're saying. Be there. Be there. And, yes, we will see you then. But thank you all for watching this one. This has been the chat show. And all that's left for me to say is do not forget to subscribe here if you're new. Turn on them post notifications to be notified every single time I upload a brand new video or stream. Also follow me on Instagram at Flawless Rage 2. But for right now, guys, it is time for us to go. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Enjoy Vinyl Friday. And nothing else less be said tonight, guys. But always remember to be you, be the real you, be the true you. Because there's no point in being anything else. Take care, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe. Have a great weekend. Enjoy Vinyl Friday, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers. Thanks. Bye.